Did y'all notice this on the Golden Globes hosted in Los Angeles on Sunday?
And the acceptance speeches have been on fire. Who got shouted out the most? Let's look at the numbers. All right, cast and crew are leading the way with 11 mentions. Moms are holding strong with 3 shout-outs. God, creator of the universe, 0 mentions. And Mario Lopez, host of Access Hollywood, 1. All right. No surprise in this godless town.
Then, 2 days later, wildfires break out and ravage LA, decimating tens of thousands of acres, multiple fatalities, thousands of homes completely destroyed.
Angelina, how are you? Are you concerned about any of the fires that are going on?
Yeah, we're giving people at our house.
Okay, thank you. Anything else any donations you're giving or anything?
I will. Right now I'm taking care of people close to me and having them at my house.
Thank you, Angelina. Have a good night, okay? Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right,
Thank you. Yeah, good night. Thank you.
This is your house?
This is my house. This one right here. We moved in 26 years ago. And we did the floors and we put in windows and doors and painted and just put, my grandchildren loved it. My son and my daughter-in-law, my family, we hosted Christmas Eve and Christmas Day here and everybody was here. My little house that I loved. My husband just had his 4th cancer surgery. I poured everything into it. My nephew.
I'm so sorry.
I know.
I really am. I don't even know what to say.
That's okay. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just. We haven't been sleeping. We haven't slept. We're staying at a hotel. We have nowhere to go.
This is the footprint of the fire now on almost 20,000 acres, and the red around it, that's the perimeter. Any black there is containment. There's 0 black right now. Wow. So that's what we're up against, and my new friend Rich tells me that the winds are going to get higher tonight. So that's what we have in store. Critical fire danger. We have red flag warnings that remain up and super dry conditions with winds that will increase. We're already starting to feel them a little bit now, but they'll come up another 10, 20, 30 miles an hour overnight. The next 12 hours, I believe, is pretty critical here. So we could have new fire starts, maybe some spreads as well. On top of that, even after the winds die down, the smoke the next 24 to 48 to 72 hours through the weekend will be very, very dense. And when people start coming back to their homes over the weekend, they're going to have to deal with that as well. And no rain in the forecast until further notice, Tony.
Rob, it's so remarkable to see that map with no black lines of containment here on Thursday, 2 days after it started.
My crib. Come over here. We can barbecue. Come over here. We could light a fire, but as you see, we already have one back here. Hungry? Grab an orange. And that's my crib. Thanks for coming.
You see all these fires right now, right? I tried telling everybody a year ago that these fires were going to come and nobody wanted to listen to me. But now here we are, and guess what they're going to be blaming it on? Ding, ding, ding. You probably guessed it fucking right. But guess what? I also tried telling everybody where specifically that these fires were going to start. But people wanted to act like I have no idea what I'm talking about. I've seen the blueprints for this shit. I know what's on the way. And if you don't know what fires I'm talking about, there's a series of fires breaking out around Los Angeles. You have the Palisades fire, you have the Eaton fire, and you have the Hearst fire. All of which are 0% contained, by the way. And wind gusts of up to 100 miles per hour are forecast. And at least 49,000 people have been ordered to evacuate right now. People were forced to abandon their cars because the fire was spreading so damn fast. People are even taking shelter on the beach. I mean, the Palisades fire in itself was reported to blaze through at least 5 football fields a minute. But more than 200,000 people were without power come Tuesday evening, with 420,000 more under consideration for a power cut. And people actually think that this is normal? I'm going to put a specific article in the comment section so I can really provide some clarification, because there's just some shit that you cannot mention on this app.
So I am evacuating my home, and it's so hard to leave the podcast studio behind. I know that's like sounds insane, but I have everything, you know, like my son's birth certificate, but just to leave all this, like, you know, podcast studio is such a big deal to me because like it connected me to so many of you guys, and just to give you an idea, like this is the podcast studio, and then I don't know if you can see. So it's pretty close, you know. I don't know what I'm gonna lose, but it's like weirdly, like you really find out what matters to you when you have to evacuate. I'm not taking the cameras. I'm just like taking little trinkets and like stuff that you guys gave me at shows, and
Whoa, this is another neighborhood here. Just a few blocks over. These houses were wiped out. I can't even keep going. There's an entire tree blocking. I'm gonna turn back.
Apocalypse in California. Bro, real life apocalypse in California. Everything is burning to the ground. You guys, it's like a zombie land. Look at this. Look at this, bro. Everything's burning to the ground, you guys. People left their cars.
The hottest spot right now is the massive wildfire in Ventura County, Southern California. It continues to burn over 14,000 acres as of Thursday morning, with no containment in place and strong gusts still sweeping through the area. The weather isn't helping firefighting efforts, as Santa Ana wind gusts of 30 miles per hour are expected to continue in the area through the morning and into the afternoon. According to the Ventura County Fire Department, the fire began around 8:50 a.m. near the 7900 block of Balcom Canyon Road and Bradley Road on South Mountain in the Moore Park area. Within an hour, the fire had spread from 25 to 1,000 acres. The mountain fire raged throughout the night, burning over 14,100 acres, while containment remains at 0%. The Federal Emergency Management Agency has allocated funds to help cover firefighting resources. About 800 firefighters are focused on rescue efforts as the wildfire spreads across residential areas in Camarillo, Moore Park, and Somas.
Look, Trump warned California 6 years ago, y'all. Check this video out.
Fires to be like they are. They're leaving them dirty. It's a disgraceful thing. Old trees are sitting there, rotting and dry, and instead of cleaning it up, they don't touch them. They leave them, and we end up with these massive fires that we're paying hundreds of billions of dollars for to fix, and the destruction is incredible. So I think California ought to get their act together and clean up their forests and manage their forests, because it's disgraceful. What's happening should never happen. I go all over the country, and I meet with governors. The first thing they say is there's no reason for forest fires like that in California. So I say to the governor, or whoever's going to be the governor of California, better get your act together, because California, we're just not going to continue to pay the kind of money that we're paying because of fires that should never be to the extent They were telling me in a couple of states, I won't even mention their name.
Okay, I guess let's park along this street, yeah? And then, Dave, if you can, just go ahead of us and try to set up a signal.
Right here. This is where it's gotta be. This is, oh my God. What? I've never, look at this. Beyond comprehension. Oh. That's crazy.
What's happening in California is a true tragedy. I know those areas very well. Beverly Hills and areas around Beverly Hills are being decimated. The biggest homes, some of the most valuable homes in the world are just destroyed. This is a true tragedy, and it's a mistake of the governor, and you could say the administration. They have plenty of water. They don't have a drought. They send it out to the Pacific, and it's crazy. So,
Bro, this is apocalypse in California. Bro, real life apocalypse in California. Everything is burning to the ground. You guys, it's like a zombie land. Look at this. Look at this, bro. Everything's burning to the ground, you guys. People left their cars. They left everything behind. Newscaster out. Man. If this ain't crazy, then what's crazy, you guys? Is the world coming to an end? Oh my God, look at the grocery store. Look at this shit, you guys. What the fuck? Oh my God. Real life apocalypse. Wow. The food market is burning down. Burns up. Everything's gone. What? The elementary school?
Joe Rogan predicted massive wildfires in Los Angeles. Months ago on his podcast, Joe Rogan issued a chilling warning.
One day, he goes, it's just going to be the right wind, and fire's going to start in the right place, and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean, and there's not a thing we can do about it.
Today, that nightmare has become reality. Wildfires are tearing through Los Angeles, fueled by relentless winds, extreme heat, and bone-dry conditions. The devastation is beyond anything we've seen before. Homes have been reduced to ashes, entire neighborhoods are being evacuated, and the flames seem unstoppable. Joe didn't stop there. He went on to warn.
He goes, we get lucky with the wind. He goes, but if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through LA, and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it.
Experts have long echoed these warnings. Los Angeles, surrounded by dry brush and forests, has become a ticking time bomb. Despite efforts to prepare, these fires have proven how vulnerable the city truly is. Now, with thousands displaced and countless lives changed forever, one question remains. Was this disaster preventable, or are we witnessing an inevitable catastrophe?
Here's the scary truth about the California wildfire going on and why it's almost impossible to stop. I've lived in Los Angeles over 10 years now, and I've learned a few things about the wildfires here. Speed and intensity. Most California wildfires move up to 15 miles per hour. That's faster than most people can run. They destroy everything in their path in minutes. Size. California wildfires have burned millions of acres each year. The 2020 fires burned more than 4.3 million acres. That's bigger than Connecticut, y'all. Cost and containment. These wildfires literally cost millions of dollars to contain. In 2021, the Dixie Fire alone cost over $62.3 million to suppress. We're not talking about 3 million, 4 million. We're talking about 62 million and above. And then we have manpower, which is our firefighters. We have our firefighters that are working tirelessly in ridiculously dangerous conditions. Everyone's evacuating, they're running in. Sometimes it gets to the point where the state hires inmates to help put out the fires because the firefighters, they're exhausted, they need a break. And what happens when you run out of firefighters? You bring on inmates. True story, y'all. Another huge factor, water scarcity. Yes, it's possible to run out of water. It takes millions and millions of gallons of water to put out these fires. In California, the combination of drought and limited resources makes it really, really hard. Weather obstacles, like what's happening right now, the wind. The wind is insane right now. The wind is what's spreading the fire. Not only that, the wind can blow gusts of fire, like pieces of fires, to other areas of California and start another wildfire there. So wind is the biggest challenge. So when people are like, I thought the fire was in Palisades, like, why is it now in this area? And how is it all the way in that area? That's because of the wind, and it's literally picking up the fire, throwing it like a fireball to other areas of California. Air quality. The fires are emitting a ridiculous amount of carbon dioxide, ash, smoke. We are breathing that in every day. So even if you're miles away, you're still going to suffer with the consequences of the smoke and the ash. And if you have asthma or any kind of lung issues, I highly recommend that you put on a damn mask or just stay the fuck inside. And then recovery time. We don't really talk about how it can take decades to recover from these wildfires, to the point sometimes where it can actually damage and affect the ecosystem for eternity. Like literally some ecosystems will never be the same because of California wildfires. So how can we prevent these wildfires? Honestly, humans are 80% of the time, humans are the cause of wildfires like this. Especially in California where it's very dry. Be careful with unattended campfires. Be careful with fireworks. Or sometimes it's not caused by humans and the wind is really bad and you have a downed power line and boom, that's all it takes. That said, I know you're hearing a lot of things on the news, but now maybe you have a better understanding of how these fires start and why it takes so long to put them out. I'll keep you guys updated with the fires here. Please stay safe, stay aware, and take care of each other.